Hello and welcome to Connotation Points video Snark. I'm currently reading through The Betrothed by Kiera Cass. This is not the first video of this book, so I'd recommend that you watch the other videos before you start this. Links are posted below. Chapter 25. As the party springs to life around her, Hollis only has eyes for Silas, and similarly, Silas only has eyes for Hollis. Delia shows up and says that the king is looking for her. So Hollis follows Delia to him. When she gets there, he gushes over her flowers. He also showers her with compliments. However, they feel kind of empty and hollow following what he said earlier in the book. He says that he wants to put her onto a coin, but girls don't want to be on currency. Girls want full bodily freedom, and for that freedom to also extend to their children. However, even Jameson isn't that dense and can sense that something is wrong with Hollis. She brushes it off as the heat of the room and asks to step outside for a bit of air. Jameson lets her go, but tells her to hurry back because he has an announcement to make. Hollis leaves the room in a near panic. She thinks about going to her room or to her parents' room, but knows that Delia and Nora would find her there. She thinks about wandering aimlessly through the palace, but there are just too many people, so instead she goes out to the front where all of the carriages of the guests are waiting. She leans against a carriage and starts to cry, because Jameson has broken those rose-colored glasses she had been wearing and she no longer loves him. Instead, the only person she can think about is Silas. And then Silas comes out and Hollis knows that it looks like he's been crying as well. He continues to call her his son, and even though it's the same kind of honey-sweet words Jameson was saying not even a page earlier, these seem way more sincere. Hollis says that he has a present for Hollis and offers her a citrine brooch. Hollis then begs for Silas to remain at the palace with her. She says that Jameson only views her as something to possess, but Silas sees her for what she is, a human with emotions and wants. However, Silas knows that he could never leave his family behind. Instead, he asks Hollis to come to the country with his family. He promises her the only thing that she actually wants, to be herself. I want to go with you, but I cannot. Surely you understand that. If we were even seen now, my reputation would be ruined. I could never come back to court. Why on earth would you want to? And Hollis realizes that she doesn't give a flying fig about Jameson and doesn't want to be around him, or anybody else at court. Silas goes on to tell her that her reputation wouldn't matter because he loves her, as does his family. Hollis looks into Silas's eyes and realizes that she loves him. She tells him to get his family and ready the horses, and if she's not back in 30 minutes to just run without her because she will have become trapped. She then goes back inside to speak with her king. And I have to say that the language in this chapter keeps calling him the king rather than his name, which, good job, Cass, you actually wrote this pretty well if I do say so myself. Chapter 26. The party is obviously still going on when Hollis gets back. Jameson is laughing with some of his men, but quickly calls out to Hollis when he sees her. She asks that they speak in private about an urgent matter. He takes her into a side room and asks her what she wanted to speak with him so urgently about. She says that she knows the rumors about him proposing to her tonight, but she doesn't want that. She explains that he once said to her that being in such a high position of power changes people, and she doesn't think that she can handle something like that. However, as dense as Jameson is, he seems to think that she just needs time and promises her a long engagement. But Hollis presses forward and says that she doesn't want it. Full stop. She doesn't want to be queen, and she doesn't want to be married to Jameson because her feelings have changed. Jameson is understandably upset, but not for the reasons why most people should be upset. I signed a treaty with you in mind. I've sent off drawings for your coin. As we speak, our initials are being embroidered onto tapestries to be hung across the castle, and you would leave me? Never mentioned is Jameson's feelings for Hollis, how hurt he is over her deciding that she no longer loves him. He's upset over literal things. The treaty, the currency, the fabric. Hollis says that she needs to leave the palace, that he can say whatever he wants about her and she will take it without complaint. However, Jameson is certain that Hollis will eventually sort her head out and come crawling back to him. Hollis just thinks about Silas waiting outside, of how she wants to marry Silas as soon as possible and to never ever return or think about Jameson again. But since this is the only way she can get out, Hollis only just continues to let Jameson think that there will be a time when she will return. For some reason, Hollis returns to the hall where she drinks some ale. Delia asks if she got her ring yet, but then Hollis tells Delia, "Now's your chance," before she turns and leaves. She goes to Silas outside, who is waiting with some horses. She is anxious to be off since she isn't sure that Jameson wouldn't somehow change his mind and force Hollis to marry him or something. She promises Silas that she'll explain what happened on the road. She asks where they're going, and the only thing that Silas says is that she'll laugh. The further they get from the palace, the better Hollis begins to feel. Thanks for listening to my book Snark on YouTube. New videos are up every Monday. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss anything. Also, while you're waiting for the new video next week, be sure to catch up on my other video series. If you're already caught up with that, then you can head over to Tumblr for my main book Snarks, always free and updated daily. People who support me on Patreon also have early access to my daily Snark, but also bonus Snark that isn't up anywhere else. People who donate to me either by supporting me on Patreon or by making a one-time donation via PayPal or Ko-fi also get shoutouts in my videos. Thank you so much to Dawn, Phoebe, and Nikki for supporting me already. Be sure to join my Patreon or donate to hear your name next week. Also, if you want to read some of the stuff that I've published, then you can purchase my works on Amazon. I have 19 erotic short stories, 1 short story collection, and 1 full-length novel. Links for everything will be posted below. See you next week, guys!